Hey, it's Heidi Dawson, and this is Wednesday Wisdom, where I interview wildly successful people from across the world, where we get an inside view into what their daily life looks like. Success leaves clues, and on Wednesdays, we're finding them. Join me now for the latest wildly successful interview. Hi guys, I'm so excited for today. It's our first series, first interview in our Wednesday Wisdom series, where we are interviewing wildly successful people from around the world. And I have my first interview with John Roussot today. He has been liberating greatness. This is what he does, is liberate greatness for the last 21 years. And that means he's has consulting and with individuals and corporations and businesses. So he has been doing that for 21 years, and I'm super excited to get all of that experience to you guys today. So without further ado, let's introduce John Roussot. Hi, John.
Hey, Heidi, good to be with you. Thank you for having me on the show.
You are very welcome, and it is 100% my pleasure to have you. And I'm so honored to have you on here, and it's so nice to be able to speak with you. So tell me a little bit about what you do, and then we're going to get right into the questions.
Perfect. So thank you for mentioning the liberating greatness. That's what I'm passionate about, is taking individuals, teams, and businesses to their next level of success and significance. So within that, a lot of personal development and leadership development coaching that I'm involved with, and specifically focusing on high performance coaching.
I love that. And you are, before I forget, you're in the UK, right? So how's everything going over there?
Yeah, it's going all right, Heidi. I think everybody's really focused on moving beyond the lockdown, and I think we're very blessed and grateful to be moving through what's been an incredibly tough and challenging year to begin with. But crazy times in the world, and I know you're experiencing some crazy things in the US right now.
Crazy times over here, and it just keeps getting crazier. And it's an election year, so I wish you were over here.
Fun games. Yeah, my heart really goes out to everyone in the US right now, and just
we need
hoping
that. We need as much heart as we can get.
Absolutely, and for peace and reconciliation, and togetherness. I think that's really important.
Yep, and I think we all agree on some of the things that are going on that were not right, and we want to fix them, and they should never have happened, and we are gonna get through it as everyone being an American, and we love each other, and we're gonna work through it. We're super serious about getting it right, because no one should feel less than, and we all have the same ability to be wildly successful, and everyone should have that, right? So this is what we're doing today. Okay, we've got 10 questions, and they're going speed round style. So we talked a little bit about this, and we're just going to get insight into your daily life. We know that you have done fabulous things in your life, so we want to find out what you do daily that we can maybe copy just a little bit. But there's the first 4 are about your kind of personal day, and then we're going to go into a little bit more of what makes you and what drives you. So you ready for the first one?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Here we go. All right. These are quick. So do you have a set morning routine, and what is it?
Absolutely, I do. I think a morning routine is super important to set you up for success. And I actually think the morning routine starts the night before by making sure that you go to bed early, and that you plan and prepare the next day. So I typically wake up between 5 and 5:30 a.m. I'll drink a glass of water, have some quiet time to give thanks, and also set clear intention for my day. And I always write in my success journal so that I can focus on 3 things that I have to be grateful for, and remind myself of my top 3 goals that I'm working on for a 90-day period. And then I write out 1 action for each of those 3 goals that I then schedule into my diary for that day, so that I'm constantly moving the needle forward towards achieving my goals. I think once you've got it scheduled, then it really does become a reality.
I love that. I'm already learning something. I love the idea of having the same 3 goals that you put in front of your face every single day. That's huge. And I love that, and I actually want to copy that. So, all right, okay, moving on to number 2. You're already on a roll. So, what's a typical breakfast for you? We just want to know kind of how you start your day with food or energy.
Yeah, definitely. So after drinking a glass of water, I'll have a green tea, or maybe it's a black coffee before a workout. I'll then do my work, and I do my workout fasted, so that I really think that that helps you generate a hunger for life, not just a hunger for food. And then I'll have a recovery shake, which will be a mix of protein shake and branched chain amino acids. And I also have greens with that, so that I'm getting my greens. And I find that that gives me a well balanced, all the macronutrients that I need, and then also to set my day up for success. Yeah.
Super, super healthy breakfast. I love that. Do you juice your own juice, or do you have a set green juice, or is it a powder of some sort? Just curious.
I use a powder. I use a supplement. I find that that gives me consistency wherever wherever I am in the world. I always take that with me, and I know that I'm getting a consistent, highly nutritious breakfast wherever I am.
Awesome. Okay. So maybe you could send that to me in an email and I could put it in the show notes. Would
With
that be
data, with
awesome?
absolute data.
Love that. All right. So, all right, great. All right. So we're going to move on to the next one. And this is a quick one. How many days a week do you exercise?
Always 5 to 6 days a week. Depends on the intensity, depends what I'm training for. So if it's a shorter distance Spartan race that I'm training for, it'll be shorter trail runs. And then I always combine, metabolic conditioning, trail running, and then strength training. If it's the beast, or the longer version, the half marathon version of my Spartan races, then that's going to be sort of an hour and a half to 2 hours of trail running, combined with strength training. So, I find that I'm quite flexible. I don't always prescribe it has to be an hour workout, because sometimes you've only got 30 minutes, and I'd rather do the 30 minutes than not do anything. Do the run that you can do rather than the run that you want to do.
I love that, because sometimes you think, oh, I don't have the time to do an hour, so I'm not going to do anything. But just taking that time and doing 30 minutes is fabulous. And I know that I get super inspired by your Instagram, because you're always so you are so passionate about your Spartan stuff. And I'm going to put your name in the show notes, because everyone needs to follow you, because I'm telling you, that is so inspirational when I see your workouts and when I see you on your trail run. So that's amazing. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So moving on, how many hours of sleep do you sleep per night? Because that's something that I find to be very important, and it kind of is different for everyone. What do you think?
Sleep's critical. It's the foundation for so much of your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. I aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. So 7 to 9 is ideal, but I find that sort of 7.5 hours is my sweet spot. So last night was 7 hours. The night before was 7.5 hours, and always about 78% quality to 90% quality. So I track and monitor both the quantity of sleep as well as the quality. So that I'm recognizing when I'm feeling highly energized because of good rest, or if I'm lacking energy because I haven't had good rest. So it's a great thing to monitor.
Okay, so I agree with you on that. Sleep is crucial for me. I'm in the same bracket, 7 to 8 hours, and I'm golden. Okay, so this is moving on to a little bit away from your daily life, but what is one book that you think everyone should read?
So I'm a huge advocate on developing the right habits in your life. And you can tell that from my disciplined approach to my daily routine and my workouts and eating and all the rest of it. So I actually think 2 books that have had such a major impact with me for when it comes to habits. The first is Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And then the second is Brendon Burchard's High Performance Habits, which details the 6 high performance habits that I coach my clients on as a certified high performance coach, where I encourage people to seek clarity, generate energy, raise necessity, increase productivity, develop influence, and demonstrate courage. Because we know that those 6 habits help elevate you to heightened and sustained levels of performance and potential in all areas of your life. So super,
I love that.
Absolutely love them.
So I love Brendon Burchard's book. I've read it once and have actually started reading it again. So it is phenomenal. And again, I'll add that into my show notes as well, because I cannot agree more on that book. Okay, so then 3 role models that you have.
3 role models. Wow. So definitely the first would be my dad, as a personal role model for the way that he loved unconditionally, served with all of his heart, and he served his family, he served the community that he was in, and an incredible businessman as well. So I honestly believe that I got that entrepreneurial spirit from him and learned so much from him. So yeah, that was really special. Maybe 2 famous role models. I would definitely look to Nelson Mandela as an incredible human, as an incredible statesman, both for us as a country in South Africa, as well as a role model globally. And then I'd say, you know, between Brendan Burchard and Tony Robbins, they both have had an incredible impact in my life. And I really do role model their approach to life and a lot of their strategies in my life on a daily basis.
Love all of those. I love that you have your dad as a role model, but I also love Nelson Mandela, Tony, and Brendan as well. So those are awesome. I love it. Okay. All right. Moving on. What's one limiting belief you had to overcome to be successful? Because we all have limiting beliefs. And in order to get past them, in order to be successful, we a lot of times have to get past those. So what's one you've had?
Yeah, that's a great question, Heidi. And it was definitely for me, I used to believe that there's not enough time in the day. Until I realized that we all have the same amounts of time every single day. And I realized that it's not about me managing my time better, but it's about managing myself better in the time that I have available. So I talk more about self-management rather than time management, where I encourage my clients to think about how they're managing themselves within the time that they have, so that they're more productive, so that they're doing the things that matter most to move the needle forward, which includes things like looking after their sleep, nutrition, their exercise, as well as chasing their goals and doing the things that will move the needle forward.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Well, I think that's a common limiting belief, is that we just don't have enough time. It's more about self-management than time management, is what you're saying. And I think that that's a really, really very valid point. All right. So what is your current favorite podcast?
That's an easy one. So it's definitely Heidi Dawson's Wildly Successful Lifestyle.
I love it.
No, really, I look forward to your podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're quick, easy to consume, full of thought-provoking value, and I absolutely love them.
Well, thank you so much. Well, I'm certainly an honor for me to be able to grace your home with that. Okay, well, that makes me feel good. Now, moving on to 9, though, we all have sort of a core emotion. What would you say yours is? Because to be successful, we obviously have to have a really good emotional strength. So what would you say is your core emotion that you walk around with daily?
Definitely gratitude. I feel it every day. I'm intentional about being mindful of everything I have to be grateful for in my life, Heidi, and it always lifts my spirit when I focus on gratitude. I teach about it in my success journal and my online course, because I know that our attitudes can fix our attitudes. They can, gratitude can fix your attitude. It can fix so much in our life. So
true.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so then from that point of gratitude, I know I've heard the quote where it's like, if you are full of gratitude, you can't be full of fear. I mean, it actually overrules so many negative thoughts when you are being grateful. I love that one. So, okay, you've got one more question. Are you ready for this one?
Definitely.
Don't be scared. All right. So this last one, I just love this, because I think we all, as we grow, we can look back on ourselves and be like, okay, I should have done this or this. So what is one piece of advice that you give to yourself back when you were just starting?
Sure. One piece of advice. I would definitely tell myself to be bold, to be brave, and to be brilliant. And I think those 3 elements. Be bold is to take more bold action. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. Be more courageous and take more bold action. Be brave. I think that is about, again, courage. It's doing the things that you know in your heart you must do so that you can serve at the highest levels. Be your best self and make a positive impact in the world. And courage is acting in spite of fear, so be brave, and then be brilliant. I believe that everyone has the ability to shine brightly. So to be exceptional and to achieve excellent, outstanding results, that's what I would have encouraged myself, is be bold, be brave, be brilliant.
I love that, because we can all use to have a little more courage. Okay, well, I think that answers all of my questions, and this has been so much fun, and I hope that we can all be bold, brave, and brilliant because of your example, and we appreciate it so much. Tell us how we can get in touch with you. I mean, give us your Instagram handle, because I'm telling you guys, you're going to love watching his Spartan races. They're so cool. So tell us how we can get a hold of you.
Thanks, Heidi. Yeah, and Instagram probably is the best way to do it. So my Instagram handle is John Roussot. By all means, drop me a DM.
I'll put it in the show notes. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be great. And, to your audience, it'll be lovely to connect. So drop me a DM and let's start a conversation.
Okay, that sounds good. And I am just going to say, my husband uses your success journal and loves it. So you guys will get on Instagram and see information about his success journal because it's really good. Really, really good. All right, John. Well, it was awesome talking to you, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon. I cannot wait.
Excellent. I look forward to that, Heidi. Thank you for having me on the show. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.